Hey everyone, how's it going? Hobbs out here, here to give you my quick predictions for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up. So, I know they just added to the card AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders. I do think AJ Styles and Omos are going to retain. I think the people who will eventually take the titles off of them are hopefully RK Bro, Orton, and Riddle. Um, Although I don't really know if Warren's actually injured or not, so who knows. Um, and then they just added the SmackDown Tag Team title match to the pre-show card. Um, Again, the Usos are probably going to retain there. Um, and then we also have the Raw Women's title match between Rhea and Charlotte. I'm going to predict that Rhea retains. Although it's WWE, who knows? They might give Charlotte like her 500th belt again for no reason. Um, and then we also have Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. I think he has to, especially after the promo he gave last week. I think Bobby Lashley is going to prove he's all serious. He's all game now. I think he's going to destroy Kofi Kingston. And WWE doesn't care about giving Kofi respect or not having him destroyed, as we've seen with his match with Lesnar. So, and then we also have the Universal title match between Roman Reigns and Edge. Now, I'm actually going to make a bold prediction here. Now, if I was forced, like, at gunpoint having to, like, bet money on this prediction or something, like, if this was Vegas and I had to bet a bunch of money on this, I would play it safe and predict that Roman will retain. But, given that is not the case, I have a feeling, and I'm going to get this bold prediction here, that I think Edge is going to win, but I think he is then going to get cashed in on. I think Seth Rollins is going to cash in on him because I think if this does happen, I think he is going to win the Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins wins Money in the Bank. And it's going to set up Rollins versus Edge for the title at SummerSlam. Now, again, if I had to bet like money on this, when it's like gunpoint, I'd probably play safe bet and say Big E's going to win Money in the Bank. But yeah, I'm going to go with this bold prediction feeling I have, saying that I think Edge is going to win the title and get cashed in on by Seth to set up their match for SummerSlam. Now, I don't really want this to happen. I'm not going to be upset if it happens because I love both these guys. But I love Big E even more. I would love to see him winning the Money in the Bank and get that push. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens because even though I'm really excited for the Seth Rollins Edge match that they've started planting the seeds for at SummerSlam. This is the match I've wanted to see Edge be in since his return. Seth Rollins is the person I wanted to see Edge face the most since his return. So I'm really excited for that match. But I do not think it needs to be for the title. I think they can set up that match just fine. And hopefully, who knows? Hopefully that's what they'll do. Hopefully Roman will retain and Seth will just cost Edge the match after failing to win the Money in the Bank. And hopefully they'll just set it up that way. But I know WWE, and I know that WWE likes to make big matches like that for the title for no reason at all, even though it doesn't need to be. I mean, they did the same thing for Goldberg versus Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania when they made Kevin Owens drop the belt for Goldberg for no reason, just to do that. They did the exact same thing when they made Punk drop the belt for no reason to The Rock to make Cena versus The Rock again for the title at WrestleMania, even though that match didn't need to happen again. It's like, yeah, once in a lifetime, my arse. But yeah, so they're quite famous for doing big matches like this and then making them for the title to make them bigger for no reason at all, even though they don't need to. So yeah, that's my bold prediction: is that they might, to make it even bigger, they might make Edge versus Rollins. They're saying for SummerSlam for the title by having Edge win the title and Seth cash in. Now, as far as the women's Money in the Bank goes, I predict that that Liv Morgan will win that, and I'm really hoping she does. Be someone nice, new, and fresh to get a push in the women's division. And they've been doing all this build up for it. I think it'd be a huge mistake if they didn't give it to her. But you know, there he goes. It wouldn't surprise me if they blew it up. They just blew it and they didn't. But yeah, hopefully she does. But yeah, those are my predictions for Money in the Bank 2021. Let me know your thoughts. Who you think's gonna win? And if you're excited for the pay-per-view, it's the first ever pay-per-view, and get a little bit that I'm pretty excited for. But yeah, I will probably stream after the pay-per-view at some point that night, and talk my thoughts, reactions, everything that goes down. But yeah, I will catch y'all later. Peace out.